We'll see a basic encoder. We've already seen a decoder. When we saw the decoder, we saw n to 2n decoder. We have seen an n to 2 power n decoder. So today we will see the reverse of that, which is an encoder, 2 power n to n. And a simple example what I've taken is 2 power n to n encoder we'll be seeing. There are a lot of encoders. This is one type of encoder. So the first basic encoder what I've taken is when n is equal to 2. So when n is equal to 2, the number of inputs will be 2 to the power of 2. It is 4 to 2. 4 is to 2 encoder we are taken. So this is the basic encoder. We have priority encoder and other encoders. Now let us see how the basic encoder works. Now I have 4 is to 2 encoder, 4 inputs. A0, A1, A2, A3, 2 outputs, Y0 and Y1 and 1 enable input. So this is a 4 is to 2 encoder. Now if you see the truth table, the truth table will be A0. It is A of 0. I have taken in vector notation. So A of 0, A of 1, A of 2 and A of 3. This is the vector notation of the truth table what I have taken. And 2 outputs are there. Those 2 outputs are Y of 0 and Y of 1. It will just be the reverse. So what happens when A of 0 is 1 and all other, this is actually A of 0 will be the LSB. So let me rewrite it in this format. 3, 2, 1 and 0. Now A of 0 is the LSB. So the first one will be LSB is equal to 1. So 0, 0, 0, 0 and 1. When A0 is 1, the output will be 0 and 0. Next one was when A1 is 1, so this will A2 will be a 0. When A1 is 1 and A2 is 0, so what will be the output? This will be equal to 0 and 1, the second combination of the truth table. Again here I am repeating, A3, A2, A1 and A0 is the input and Y0, Y0 is the output. The next combination is 0, 1 and these two will be 0 and 0. So the output will be 1 and 0. The last one will be 1, 0, 0 and another 0. So the output for this will be 1 and 1. So this is how a decoder, an encoder looks. 4 is to 2 encoder. Now I have an enable. What does this mean? If I have an enable, it clearly indicates when enable is equal to 1, the decoder will work. When enable is equal to 0, the decoder will not work. So let me write one enable signal over here. I have an enable. So I write an enable signal. Now enable. According to our explanation, when enable is 1, this will be working. Again, when enable is 1, it is working. This will work when enable is 1. And I'll get an output when enable is 1. What happens when enable is equal to 0? When enable is equal to 0, whatever may be the input combinations, I'll get all these 4 combinations once again. Whatever may be the input combinations, I'll write it as X, X, X and X, because it can be 0 or 1. The output will be, say, let us take it as, what do you want as the output? You can, it is your choice. So let me give it as 0, 0, XX, ZZ, anything we can give. So I'll give it as ZZ. See, when your input is 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, it is 0, 0. The next combination is 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. For the last combination, when enable is 0, whatever may be the inputs, XX I've given, so that X can take either 0 or 1. The output is, you can give it as 0, 0 or ZZ, it is your choice. I've given a Z. And this is how a 4 is to 2 encoder works. Now this is the truth table which I have drawn. This is the enable. All these are the inputs still here, and this is the output. So we have the truth table like this. Now let us see how this code works how do we write the Verilog code to implement 4:2 encoder. Now one thing I want to tell you is, whenever you have to implement a design, you have to write down the logic, write down the expressions, write down the truth table, solve all those things. If you're not able to write the expressions or the truth table, write the algorithm of how you expect your code to work. First this step is to be solved, then this step has to be solved, then this step is to be solved, and write the code using behavioral model. So that will simplify your process of solving any design. Now you have to write the Boolean expression for this. We have to write the Boolean expressions for, what are the two outputs I have? I have to write the expression for y0, and also we have to write the expression for y1, which I leave it as vacant. In an encoder, we have to write the expression for y0 and y1. Now when I take y0 you can see it is 1 over here. How do we write the Boolean expression? You can solve it using K-map, or you can write the Boolean expression without directly from the figure, from the truth table, because this is one of the simplest encoders. So I have a 1 over here, I have a 1 over here. So I can write this. What is this? What will be this first output? Y0 will be equal to, so when A2 is 1, so it is A of 2 into enable. And what is your y1 equal to y0 will be equal to A of 2 into enable plus A of 1 into enable plus A of 3, the whole thing into enable. Right. So it is A2. This is for A2 and this is for A3. What is your y1 equal to? Y1 will be equal to A of 1 and A of 3. So this will be equal to A of 1 or A of 3 into enable. So the whole thing into enable. Now how did I get this expression? First I have to select those things which is having 1 and write down. Why did I get this one? This one is because of A1 plus this is because of A3. This is the simplest form I've written the expressions from the truth table. Next you can write down even the gate level diagram for this. So I'll not do the gate level diagram, we'll leave it vacant so that you can try it as an assignment or whatever it is. So the next thing is we'll see how we can write the program. Now we have seen the encoder, how it looks, 4:2 encoder. Let us see the code for the encoder. Module encoder. What is the input? I have taken the input as A and output is Y. Y and A. Now here I have the input. Input is, what is the size of the input? 3 down to 0 A, and I have an output. Output 1 down to 0 Y. I have the input and I have the output like this. And you can write the code in any modeling style. So I'll use behavioral model only. So since I'm using behavioral model, whenever we are writing the code in behavioral model, all output should be declared as registers. Register 1 down to 0 Y. Enable is our choice. I told it is optional. If we are interested, we can use the enable. As of now, I'm not using this encoder to build higher order encoders. Since I'm not using this, I've ignored the enable. Now let us write the code in behavioral model. You can also write it in gate level and data flow model. Always give the inputs. What is our input now? Our input is A. I can write always at A. This way, this is also one way. The other way is you can just give a star. If you give a star, it indicates that any changes in the inputs will be considered. I can also give star, and clearly there is no need to specify any of the input variables in the sensitivity list. Any changes to any of the inputs in the design, definitely the corresponding expressions or equations will change. Your design will respond. That is what that star indicates. Always add star begin. So you can write the program using if statement or case statement. Let us write using if. If what is the first condition? If A is equal to 3 tick B 0 0 0. If A is equal to this one, what is your output? Our output Y is equal to 0 0. This is the first one. Next one is else if A is equal to, so assignment, this is an equality operator, so you should have double equal to, since we are equating and we are checking if it is true or not. If this condition, if the value of A is equal to 0 0 0 0, it is checking and it will give you the output. It should be 4:2, right? 4 tick. If the condition is true, then the output will be Y is equal to 2 tick B 0 0. So the next one will be 4 tick B 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. So this is actually 0 0 1. If A is equal to 4 tick B 0 0 1 0, Y is equal to 2 tick B 0 1. Else if, again we can write A equal to 4 tick B 0 1 0 0. Then what is the case? Y is equal to 2 tick B 1 0. Else you can write the last condition. But I'll do one thing. I'll write else if A is equal to 4 tick B 1 0 0 0. Y is equal to 2 tick B 1 1. Instead of writing else if, you can make this as else itself. But I am using another else condition. Else Y is equal to 2 tick B ZZ. When you're giving high impedances, we will give it as ZZ. When you're giving don't case, we will give it as XX, but it should be in small letters since Verilog is case sensitive. Then we can write end. So our end is done. Then we can write end module. So this is our code. So indentation is taken by default. Now how do I write the test bench? So the next part of writing the test bench will be module. What we write encoder underscore test module name for the test bench. Then all inputs should be declared as registers. Register 3 down to 0 A. When you do it in Xilinx, all this will be by default generated by the system. But whenever you write a code, you have to plan the test bench accordingly, and you should keep the test bench ready with you. So the next one is wire 1 down to 0 Y. Then we should instantiate the main module. So encoder gate 1, because this test bench is written for testing your main module or testing your design. So we have to write the main module Y, comma. You have to instantiate the main module. Done. Next, what we should do, we should write the test fixtures. Now test fixtures you can write using initial. You can also use an always to write the test fixture. For now, we'll continue writing the test fixtures with initial only. Initial, begin, say what is first test at hash 0. Let me take the first time at hash . Okay, hash 0. So now hash 0, what is your input? We have only one input. In the test fixture, you have to only specify the inputs. The output should be generated by the system. For the input specified, if you are getting the expected output, as of now it is as per our truth table, if we are getting the expected output for the set of inputs, then our design is correct. So A is equal to 4 tick B 0 0 0 0. So say hash 2, A is equal to 4 tick B 0 0 0 1. Say hash 4, A is equal to 4 tick B 0 0 1 0. Again I'll give hash 2, anything you can give, because finally it will be, the timing will get added up. A will be equal to 4 tick B 0 1 0 0. You can give all the cases which is there in the truth table. I'll just skip 1 or 2 cases, and I'll give hash 2, say hash 5. A is equal to 4 tick B ZX ZX Z0. And I've also given the first cases 0 0 0 0. In the truth table, if you see for the encoder, we don't have a 0 0 0 0. So if you can see the truth table over here, we didn't have a 0 0 0. So that's all. I'll take the test fixtures N. Then I'll give initial. What is the total time taken for this design? The total time taken for this design is 4 plus 2, 6, 7, 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13. So I'll give, say, after 13 time units, you can stop at any time. So from 13 to 20, it will hold the last design. Last test output, $stop. Then I have to print it. Since we cannot generate the waveform in EDA Playground, we will not be able to see it. So let me print it. What is the syntax for printing? $monitor. Then I have $time. So what is our input we are going to take? A is equal to %B, comma, Y is equal to %B. So the first one what we are printing is the output. The second one what we are printing is the input. I mean, the first one what we are printing is the input. The second one what we are printing is the output. So everything is written. Let me write N module. And let us check this. So test bench simulator, you can select, so many simulators are there. I'll select Mentor Questa. You can even select Cadence also. Run. Now if you have any errors, it will be shown in the console window, and here it's the log window. Now I can see there is one syntax error. It is showing in the test bench near B. Syntax error, unexpected base, in line number 15 in test bench. Okay. So this I've written A. It should have been 4 tick B. Let me check it again in the log window. Yes. So it is done. Now this log command, this log window and outputs you can get even using commands. But I'm using the GUI interfaces and I'm running it. Later I'll try to show some things using how to run using commands also in Mentor if it is possible. So the first combination is at 0 time unit. A was equal to 0 0 0 0. When A is equal to 0 0, do we have a combination? According to our program, if you see, so if A is equal to 0 0 1 is there, so we have 0 0 1, 0 1 0. All those 4 we have, but we don't have 0 0 0. But in the test bench, I've given 0 0 0. If it is anything, I've given an output as ZZ. Since I don't have any value, if A is equal to 0 0 0, I've got ZZ, which is correct according to our design. The second test case what I've given is A is equal to 0 0 0 1. Now when A is equal to 0 0 0 1, what should be the output according to our design? When it is 0 0 0 1, output should be 0 0. Y is 0 0. Similarly, the last test case if you see, B 4 tick, B ZX, Z0, I've given high impedance and all those things. In that case, again, it is not there in our design. It is any other values other than what is specified. Output should be ZZ. So again, in the last case, output is ZZ. From 13 to 20 time units, I'll be having the same outputs. Since I've given my stop at 20. Now you can see $stop. So at time 20 nanoseconds, the test bench is stopping. There is a break at test bench line 20 and it is exiting. Now this is verified. Our 4:2 encoder is verified. Now the next design, what you have to do, the 4:2 encoder we can do even using behavioral model. We can also do using behavioral, this is done using behavioral model. You can also do using data flow and gate level model. Now let us do the same encoder using data flow model. I've edited the code. So we had the expression for y of 1 is a of 2 or a of 3 and y of 0 was a of 3 or a of 1. And the same test cases. Now if you can see over here in the log window, for a is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0, y is equal to 0, 0 because it is following the test case. So you'll get a 0, 0. It will follow the expression. But for the last test case, ZX, Z0, ZX, Z0, you'll get the output as y is equal to XX because it is an OR operation over here, A3 or A1. So here it will consider whatever is A3. A3 is Z. And what is our A1? A3, A2, A1. Z or Z. Z or Z will be XX. So it will consider that and it will generate the output over here. Since we have not specified the exact cases, it will consider those according to the truth table, according to the Verilog, Verilog expanded truth table with 0, 1, X and Z, and then it will give you the output. So this is with respect to our 4:2 encoder. Now let us summarize what is an encoder. So encoder is a combinational circuit that performs the reverse of decoder. It has maximum of 2 to the power of n input lines and n output lines. It will produce a binary code equivalent to the input, which is active high. 4:2 encoder will be having 4 inputs and 2 outputs, 0001, 0010, 0100, 1000, 0001, 1011. And suppose if we have an enable, we can have an enable as input. The encoder will work only if enable is equal to 1, if it is an active high enabled device. And when enable is equal to 0, the output can be, you can set it to 0. Next thing is we have something known as octal to binary encoder. Now in octal to binary encoder, what is the number of inputs an octal device has? If you consider an octal combination, octal will have 8 inputs. And what is the number of outputs you will need to represent an 8 input? So to represent 8 inputs, an encoder is 2 to the power of n. What we are seeing, a binary encoder, 2 to the power of n output. So 2 to the power of n is the input and n is the output. Now if I have 8 inputs in an octal device, if this is 8, how many outputs is required? We require only 3 outputs. This is one minimum combination. So 8 to 3 encoder, which you can take up as assignment. 8 to 3 encoder is nothing but an octal to binary encoder also. Now I have shown the sample over here. 8:3 means 8 inputs and 3 outputs. So we'll have 1 over here, then 1, y2 will be 1, y3, y4, y. Similarly, you can solve how as we have solved a 4:2 encoder. Now the next encoder, what we have to do, what we are going to see is a priority encoder. And in the priority encoder, we are going to design a 4:2 priority encoder. So 4:2 priority encoder where I'll be having 4 outputs and 2 inputs. Now in priority encoder, what happens? The input equivalent to 1 will always have the highest priority. That means y3 will always have the highest priority. If y3 is 1, y2, y1, y0, whatever may be the value, 0 or 1, you will get the encoded value equivalent to y3. y3 will be always having the highest priority. So highest priority encoder. And y0 will be always having the lowest priority. Now we'll see how to implement that. So I've represented a truth table. When all the inputs are 0, this is a general combination. When all the inputs are 0, we can take the output as 0. Now, if y1 is 1, is y3 1? Y3 is not 1, y2 is not 1, y1 is not 1. So y0 is 1, which means y0 has the highest priority. If y0 is 1, let us encode it as 0, 0. Now, if y1 is 1, let us encode it as 0, 1, provided y3 and y2 will be 0. Now, if y2 is 1, let us encode it as 1, 0. And if this is 1, let us encode it as 1, 1. Now, what happens to these values? What happens to these don't care conditions? We have given a x. Now, this value can either be 0 or it can be 1. This can be either 0 or 1. Either 0 or 1. Now, if all the digits are 1, suppose if I have the combination as 1, 1, 1, 1, even if I have the combination as 1, 1, 1, I'll get the output as 1, 1, 1. Why? Because y3 is having the highest priority over here. Suppose if the combination is 0, 1, 0, 1. In that case, the output will be equal to, see here we can see y2 is having the highest priority. So what is the value equivalent to y2? We'll be getting the output equal to 1, 0. So this is what is a priority encoder, 4:2 priority encoder. Now if you see the inputs over here in the priority encoder input combination, this set of inputs, we can see there is x, x, x everywhere. Now such type of things cannot be implemented using the general case statement. We cannot use case statement as in Verilog to implement it. So what we will do, we are going to use variance of case. Verilog provides for variance of case x, and the second one is case z. Now if I have an x in the input combination, I can use case x. If I have a z in the input combination, I can use case z. Now you can see over here I have x in the input combinations. Since I have x in the input combination, let us write the code using case x. And simplify a1 and a0, the Boolean expression. If you simplify a1 and a0, I'll get the logic diagram as shown in the figure. Where a1 will be equal to y3 plus y2, a0 will be equal to y3 plus y2 bar y1. Using K-map, it can be simplified like this. Okay. So now let us go to the coding. New project, priority encoder I'm going to do. So let us go for a priority encoder. It is a 4:2 priority encoder. Now right click, new source, Verilog module, priority encoder. I'll just leave this as vacant. I'm not giving any, I'm not specifying any inputs and outputs. Now priority encoder, what is the input and output we have taken? According to our diagram or analysis, Y was the output and A was the input. Y was the output and A was the input. So what was your A? A was to, Y was your input and A was the output. So we'll declare it as output comma input. Now which is our output? Output is A. A is 2 down to 0, A. And what is our input? Input is Y. All outputs should be declared as register. So it is declared as register. Done. Now always add our inputs. Which is our input? Sensitivity list will always have the input. So here our input is Y. Now how was our truth table? Our truth table was, see if you can see the truth table, our truth table was 0001, right? The next one was 001x, the next one was 01xx, and the last one was 1xxx. So this is how our truth table was, right? So when your y, your input is 0001, output is 00, output is A. When your input is 001x, A is equal to 2 take B01. So this is 1. And the last thing, in case always you should have a default. Default, let us take A is equal to 2 tick B ZZ or XX, anything can be taken. 2 tick B ZZ I will give. End case, I have to give an end because after always I'll be giving a begin, end case, end module. So let me check the syntax for priority encoder. There'll be no errors. Okay, then RTL schematic. Let us generate the RTL schematic for priority encoder. So for 4:2 priority encoder, I've got this is the black box diagram, and this another diagram we have got. So it is involving multiplexes and all. As of now, this is not required for us, which is not there in our syllabus. So we'll stop analyzing this and we'll write the test bench. Let us write the test bench for the priority encoder. So new test fixture. So priority encoder as test. All inputs should be declared as registers. All outputs should be declared as wires. Priority encoder gate number instantiate, and it is output comma input. So our output is A and our input is Y. So let us initialize it. Now this is okay. For now, I'll not initialize, I'll not give it as initial. we'll do using the same way whatever I've done. Hash 0. The first combination I've given as, first combination, let me give it as 0 0 0 0. The next combination, let me give it as 0 0 0 1. This, let me retain it as with the Z1 combination and see what happens. And the last combination, okay, let me keep this as XX. Or let me give it as 1 1 1 and see what is happening. And here let me keep it as 0 0 and let me make this as X. Different combinations I've given. Let me make this as 1. And let us see what happens to the output. This is Y. Input Y is equal to %P and our output is E. And let us check the syntax and see if there are any errors. So there's no errors in the check syntax, and let us simulate it. And this is a simulation window we have got. So let us see whether we have got the correct output. A bit more, I'll zoom it. Okay. So what was the first combination? The first combination was 0 0 0 0. According to the code, what did I write? When our inputs are 0 0 0, I should get an output as ZZ. So that was mentioned in the code. The next combination is 0 0 0 1. Here Y3 is having the highest priority. If you can see over here, I mean Y0 is having the highest priority here. So Y0 is having 1. Since Y0 is 1, output will be 0 0. Again, if you come to the next combination, still Y0 is 1. All the other things are Z, 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 high impedance. That means it is left open. It is not connected. So still Y0 only is having the highest priority. So it is 0 0. When you come to the next combination, if you can see over here, Y1 is having the highest priority. So it is 0 1. Now when you come to this combination, the next one over here, if you come to this combination, you can see there are 2 ones. Now which one will be considered? Now if you come to this combination, you can see Y1 is having highest priority. The last bit is Y0. Next to that is Y1. So if it is Y1 is having highest priority, the output should be 0 1. Now in this particular combination, I have 2 1 0, 2 ones. Which one is having highest priority? Y0 or Y2? Y2 will be having the highest priority. Since Y2 is having the highest priority, output will be 1 0. Now if I take all ones over here, Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3, which is given more value, Y3 is having highest priority. So the output will be 1 and 1. This is how a priority encoder will work. The next combinational circuit example, what we are going to take is a BCD adder. So now what is a BCD adder? BCD adder will add 2 digits, and it will give you the result in BCD format. Z will be X plus Y. If Z is greater than 9, then your S will be, if it is less than or equivalent, it is equal to 0. If it is greater than 9 or if there is a carry, then we'll add a 1. Now this BCD adder, suppose if we want to add hexadecimal digits and obtain the result in BCD notation, in those cases we can use this BCD adder. it will add 2 hexadecimal digits and give you the resultant binary coded decimal format. So let us see how this is working. I've taken an example, x plus y. Now x is 7, y is 5. Now 7 plus 5 is equal to what? 12. Now when you're performing addition using BCD adder, assuming 7 and 5 is a hexadecimal number. 7 and 5 is a hexadecimal number. In that case, what happens? 7 plus 5 will be equal to, you'll not get it, you'll not count in hexadecimal as 12. You'll count it as A and B. After 7, you'll be having 8, 9, A, B and C. So 7 plus 5 will be equal to C. 7 plus 5 in hexadecimal will be equal to C. But C is equal to 12. Now we clearly know that 12 is greater than 9. If the resultant is greater than 9, you will add a correction of 6. So what happens? Since 12 is greater than 9, we'll add a correction of 6. How much is 12 plus 6? 12 plus 6 will be equal to 18. So 12 plus 6 will be equal to 18. In binary coded decimal notation, 18 will be the solution. So let me repeat it. In x7 is the value in hexadecimal 5. 7 plus 5 is C, or it is clearly equivalent to 12 in decimal. It is greater than 9. Now if the number is greater than 9, if the sum is greater than 9, you have to add a correction of 6. What is the value of 6? 12 in binary will be equal to 1100. Now 6 in binary will be equal to 0110. Add both. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 0. Take a 1 over here. 1 plus 1 is 0. And I have a carry of 1. So your sum will be equal to 2 with the carry. Sum will be equal to 12 with the carry. So the 7 plus 5 will be equal to C, which is equal to 12 in decimal. Now, what happens if you take a greater number? Say x plus y. X is 8 and y is 9. 8 plus 9. So 8 plus 9, when I add, I'll get 0 plus 1 is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 plus 1 is 0. I have a carry over here. So definitely the number is greater. Or I got a 17 over here, clearly indicates that the number is greater than 9. So what we have to do, we have to add a correction of 6. Now when I add a correction of 6, 0 plus 1 will be added. I will get 7. So what is our sum equal to? Sum is equal to 17. So for example, let me take an example as A plus B. What is A in hexam? A is nothing but 10. Or what is the binary value of A in hexam? A will be equal to, the binary value of A is equal to 1010. What is the value of B? 1011. Now if you add these things, 0 plus 1 will be, let me add it from here. 0 plus 1 is 1. Next 1 plus 1 is 0 with a carry. So I'll get a 1 over here. And what is 1 plus 1? 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. So I got a carry. This is what is the sum of adding A plus B. Now clearly we can see that this number is greater than 6. So let us see whether it is greater than 9 or not. Now when I take, suppose if I have to